Hey guys, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I hope you guys can see me clear. And the internet still look unstable, y'all. I don't know what's going on YouTube, Facebook. Can you guys see me? Okay, so if you guys can see me, great. If you guys can't see me, I don't know what else to do, y'all. They don't want me to share all of this wonderful information that I have for you guys. But if you guys can see me on any social media platform, I'm Falsifying, the accountability accountant. I help entrepreneurs save money on their taxes, build generational wealth, and build profitable, sustainable business. Okay. I have been on social media as the first off, the entrepreneur accountant. Then I transitioned to the accountability accountant. Since 2015, I've been live streaming. So I said, you know what? Y'all been getting into a lot of mess since I haven't been live streaming. So I feel like I kind of did you guys. I made it easy for y'all to do bad. Today's we're going to talk about how people scammed for the PPP. So if you've been wondering how did people get away with the PPP loan, how did they get away with the applications, what did they do, what happened, right? We're going to talk about that in today's live stream. So guys, just to give you guys a disclaimer, I do run a full business, so I will not be able to stay on live too long. I have to be off here by 1 o'clock for my 1 o'clock meeting. So we should try to dive in as quickly as possible. You guys can see me, put hello. I'm seeing some comments. That's from Facebook. If you guys can see me on Instagram, and if everything is peachy on YouTube, please post a comment as well. All right, y'all. So if you want to see my screen, you got to go to either Facebook or our YouTube page, because I will be sharing some articles and things like that. So if you want to see all of that, head over to is Falsifying the accountant, or Falsifying the accountant. FOLASADE, something like that. And then I'll have my team put that at the bottom of my. Let me see if I have it. Hold on, they might have the overlay in here. What's this? Nope, that ain't it. That's not the Instagram. All right, nope, the overlay is not there yet. All right, so let's dive into it. Number one, I've been warning you guys, okay, for the past 2 years. So whoever's new to watching me on Instagram, whoever's new to watching me on Facebook, whoever's new to me on YouTube, I'm not new to this, okay? I'm the first accountants that have been live streaming since 2016, giving you guys tips, tricks, and strategies on making sure you keep more money in your household and build generational wealth. When the PPP loan came out, guys, I knew that a lot of shady individuals were going to use this as their opportunity to get rich. And I knew that a lot of professionals would be just shady and use this as an opportunity to also get rich. So what did me and my team did? Me and my team, we went completely full force. I was going live consistently, giving you guys all of the red flags, all of the warnings, trying to prevent you guys from doing this mess. Okay, we created our own little PPP page with all of the details on how much your loan should be, what you shouldn't do, what everything. Y'all asked out of the UTF what you wanted to do. Right here, right now, in this moment, where now the IRS is going to officially get the funding that Biden been trying to get since he came into office. See, here's the thing, guys. Number one, what's happening on the news, and I'm about to get ready to share my screen. So if you guys want to see my screen, head over to our YouTube page, okay? Or my Facebook page. This is weird, dude. I'm trying to share my... Okay, got it. All right, here we go. Oh, it's working. All right, guys. Let me tell Bryce turn that down. All right, so right now, if you guys on YouTube or Facebook, you guys can see the Fox Business article that I put out there right now. It says the IRS faces online uproar over special agent job posting requiring the ability to use deadly force if necessary. Where do we go wrong? How here is the question. Number one, when Biden started, and this is kind of like politics, I'm going to kind of give you guys some history or whatever. When they first the PPP loans, right? There were very little regulations. Okay. They put it out there specifically hoping and trusting the American people to only apply with legitimate information. They trusted us, okay? However, what happened was they started to realize that they were getting falsified applications. So they started to increase the requirements and start to scrutinize people's applications. So right off the bat, the window of opportunity to scam for the PPP loans were there through the system. The system created this problem because they put it out there in hopes that we as the American people will be honest and don't try to cheat the system. Lo and behold, few people started cheating the system. So they started to increase regulations. So what did they do? And how did people get away with this? Many of you may know this, but some of you may not know this. To operate a business in the United States, remember, we are what? Free commerce, free enterprise country, right? The goal is for all of us to have the so-called American dream, right? For all of us to be able to be successful and rich and live the life that we desire, right? So the U.S. policy says that you, me, people on Instagram, Facebook, all of us, right? You don't have to have a business registered to do business. I'm going to say that again. You don't have to have a registered business to do business in the U.S. You can contract me to provide a service. The only thing that a business does is, depending on the structure, it gives you liability and it gives you the authorization to use another name outside of yourself. So with that being said, they took our free enterprise, free commerce mindset, okay, the principles of this country, and they used it to falsely apply for the PPP loans. Because the U.S. said you don't have to have a registered business. See, guys, now this can lead to also bigger problems. And see, now this is one of my predictions again. So my team, you need to get this video. So when this happened in 2 years from now, we'll be able to say, Falasha, they predicted it. What I predict now is that they're not going to allow us to operate without having a business registered because of situations that have happened with this PPP loan. So now for you to be able to operate a business, you more than likely will have to have your business registered. So this problem right now is going to skate into another future problem, which is now going to cause the barriers of business to increase. Because now, instead of you just jumping out there and selling on the side of the street, reporting your income under your name and keep it flowing, all of us are going to eventually have to register businesses just to be able to operate in the free commerce, free enterprise society because of this. So more problems is going to come. We're going to have more headaches in the future. Okay, so with that free enterprise, right? When you apply for your PPP loan, because they know that you don't have to have a business name or a EIN to operate as an independent contractor or to sell products or provide services, the government said, okay, if you're an independent contractor, if you're a small business owner, go ahead on and apply for the PPP loan. Great. The people that didn't have legitimate businesses were getting approved for the PPP loans, and the people that had legitimate businesses were being declined for the PPP loans. I saw it firsthand. Some of my clients even got denied firsthand, legitimate businesses. But all of these scammer people, what they did is, see, this is what y'all need to write down. If you know anyone that have done this mess, this is what these people did. They didn't do anything creative, y'all. They took everything that I told y'all not to do and they did it. Guess what they did? They said you had a business and more than likely prepared a Schedule C with your name on there saying that you operated a business under your name. So they prepared, number one, a false tax return. They prepared a false tax return. So the PPP fraud, it lingers. This is why in the video that a lot of you guys have saw when I was reading the collaboration between the DOJ and the IRS, right? It is a joint effort. Because when you falsely apply for the PPP loan, you use tax returns to do so. So now you're coming to tax fraud. In addition to wire fraud. I even talked about this in one of my videos. If my team can go back and pull that video as well, I walked you through all of the different laws that you guys were breaking by falsifying these PPP applications. Hey, Tommy. So you guys were falsifying businesses. Number one, if you guys read the fine print of these documents, it says, do you state that all facts on this document are free of perjury or something like that? So when you signed it, you said it was true. But you know, it wasn't. So that's problem number one. The moment that you falsify the information on the application, even without the funding being dispersed or received, it has become fraud. The second way that the PPP scammers were able to do, they were creating false payroll reports, forms 941s, forms 944s, and also state-related unemployment reports. And they were sending those with the PPP applications, stating that this business, I submitted to the IRS this 941 with these employees' names, with this amount of wages. So guess what? They approved them based on what was on the 941s. So guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can be familiar of what a 941 is. And interestingly, as a payroll provider here, I just had to file these forms for our clients for the quarter. So these are the quarterly 941s that the scammers use. So this is the 2022 one. It's the same thing for 2021. And if you guys want to see my screen on Instagram or any other social media platform, you need to head over to my Facebook page or our YouTube page. So as you guys can see, it says 941 for 2022, employer's quarterly federal tax return. So here is on line 1 where they falsely reported and overstated the amount of employees that they had on payroll. So some people were saying they had 10 people, 5 people, 2 people, 1 person, 15 people, whatever the case may be. Line number 1 was falsely used. Line number 2, where they say wages, that is basically saying the amount of money that employer paid their employees was also reported on line 2 of the 941. So when you went to submit your PPP application, depending on how your business was structured or depending on how you reported things, and see, here's the trick, guys, and I'm about to stop sharing really quick. If they reported you as self-employed, you didn't need the 941s, but it's still tax fraud because they fraudulently filed the Schedule C. If you were a partnership, a S Corp, or a corporation, is when they needed to falsify the 941s and all of the payroll-related reports that I showed you just now. So depending on the structure of your business, depends on the scheme and the falsified tax forms that they had to create for you to get approved. So yes, you did commit tax fraud unbeknownst to you. Some people didn't know. Some people, they didn't know that the people was doing fake stuff, okay? So I'm not going to blame y'all for that. But for all y'all shady professionals that's doing it, and the interesting part is, and all of the people that I remember posting all the time, and it ate me up, y'all, all about the PPP stuff, I'll help you file for the application, this, and that. Guess what? They're no longer on Facebook. I don't see them no more. They disappeared in the wind. So here's red flag number one. If someone charged you to do the PPP application and you paid them 10%, more than likely your loan is within that fraudulent batch. I'm going to repeat that again. If you apply for the PPP and someone made you pay them at least 10%, because that was kind of like the going rate of what people were paying, 10% of what they received from the PPP people, more than likely, there's a high chance that your loan was part of that fraudulent batch. Give me 1 second, guys. Your loan, if you ended up paying, because when we first started doing the PPP applications, they specifically said that we could not charge for it. I was just telling one of my team members today that we only was able to get the little stupid $100 that the SBA gave us for doing the PPP application. When me and my team went in to do them for, it was a low $100 fee that they gave us. We couldn't charge you guys to do the PPP application for you. So if you paid somebody, more than likely your account, your loan was included fraudulently in that bundle. So they falsified Schedule C forms showing your business, and I'm going to show you guys the Schedule C really quick. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, so I'm sharing my screen. So here's the second form. So the first form that I showed you guys that they fraudulently did was the 941. The second form that they fraudulently did for you was your Schedule C, because when you submitted it for your PPP, they asked you for a Schedule C because they wanted to see, and as you guys can see, what was your business. So line 1 says, and see, this is the scheme, y'all. If you're looking at my screen on YouTube or on Facebook, you can clearly see that this Schedule C says name of proprietor. That is you, that is me, and that is everybody. So your name will go there. Your social security number will go there. Then it says line A, principal business or profession. So what were you offering? What were you selling? Then line C says business name, and then line D says EIN, and then line E says business address. 1 second, y'all. Sorry, y'all, it was a lot of noise in the background. Oh yeah, my neighbor with his loud car. So as you guys can see right here from the Schedule C, that automatically you don't have to have a business name. You don't have to have a EIN. And guess what? The scam was just like, oh, yep. They realized, oh, yep, you don't have to have your business registered or whatever the case may be. So guess what? They falsified the Schedule C. So if you look here, Part 1 income says gross receipts. So they inflated a number and said that, oh, you make 50,000 or you make 60,000 or you make 100,000, whatever it was. And then they put some random expenses as well, provided you a copy or printed it out and didn't even give you a copy. And then they uploaded it with your PPP application. So by them doing that, once again, guys, you have incorporated yourself in tax fraud. And the problem I have with all of this, guys, is that the moment that you ended up getting that loan fraudulently, now you actually have to pay taxes on it. It becomes tax fraud. The moment that you scam and you don't include that money on your tax return, it is considered tax fraud. So while everybody was getting these PPP loans, I congratulate and respect all of the ones, all of you that did it right, for all of my clients that took it, that didn't get it, for all of the real legitimate people and business owners that didn't take the PPP loan fraudulently. I commend all of you, because I know from what I saw online, people were throwing it in y'all face. Your family was dogging you out, saying that your accountant didn't know nothing, and this, y'all been through hell. They was boasting on y'all, traveling, doing everything. They was, yes, they was, let's go, right? That's how they was on y'all. And y'all stood y'all ground. And I'm very, very much so proud of you guys, for all of you that didn't do that shady mess. So pat yourself on the back, y'all. You don't have to worry about no jail time. You don't have to worry about no jail time. You can sleep peacefully. But for all of you that is, you might want to start snitching on the people that did the applications for you. I'm going to be honest with you. If truth be told, you don't know what was included in your PPP application, and you paid somebody to do it, and you can't find them, and you get yourself caught up, y'all, snitch. Don't snitch on somebody else that got the loan with you. Now, keep them out of that. You snitch on the person that did it for you. That's what you do, because they racked up a lot of money. I have clients now that's coming to me, new clients this year, and I'm doing an amended return, okay? Come to find out, on her documents, she paid somebody almost 10 grand to do her PPP application. And I told her, I said, do you know you wasn't supposed to be paying for that? Y'all didn't know, but the professionals knew, and the professionals that did the mess took advantage. I didn't apply for it because I didn't understand it. But now I'm learning something, Falsifying. Perfect. If you really were a business, you had a right to apply. If you were a legitimate business owner. And see, this is where people thought that the PPP was a free-for-all. Because what they said was, if you are Schedule C, right, sole proprietor, you are LLC without an S corp, without a partnership, or without a corporation, right? They were saying that, okay, this is the money for your payroll, for you to pay yourself, right? But see, what people don't understand is that when you take payroll to pay yourself, right, you should have had made that actual money. That should have been the actual net income on your tax return. So, for example, when you go file your taxes in that form Schedule C, it says the top line is 100,000, and then have all your expenses in the middle. Then have the number at the bottom that is your net profit or your net loss. They were given the loans initially from that bottom line number. So people were overstating the income or reducing the expenses to get a higher bottom line number. So they were trying to get a higher loan amount. So that was fraud as well. Guys, thank you for the badges on Instagram. My first little badge, y'all. Oh, thank you. Look, thank you. I ain't never get a badge before. So Mercy said, no, Tommy said, I am tender for jail. Tommy, you don't gotta worry about no jail. I did your stuff. Mercy said, I looked at the qualifications and didn't meet all the qualifications. I was like, nope, I'm good. Y'all can have those funds. Yes, Tommy said, I got everything I was eligible for, even a state grant. That's what I'm talking about, doing it the right way. And guys, Tommy has a YouTube channel called Fingerprinting Gurus. Definitely check him out if you're trying to learn more about getting into the notary of public business. Okay, check him out. Okay, so they were doing the falsified Schedule Cs, and they were manipulating the numbers, and they were also falsifying the 941s and adjusting the employee amount and everything. Okay. Also, the third scam that they were doing was that businesses were actually paying independent contractors, and then they started to try to classify those contractors. They see, this is another big problem that and here's another prediction, team. Put this there. The next one you're going to see from Fox News, CNBC, or whatever, they're going to say, oh, well, guess what the new PPP scam was? Businesses were getting PPP loans for their contractors. So it wasn't just the PPP people were scamming for the employee side. They were getting PPP loans on behalf of their contractors, which now the contractor got their own PPP, so it's double dipping. The business owner got money for that contractor, and the contractor got his own PPP loan. And guess who's at fault? not the contractor, but the business owner that said that, oh, this is an employee, but this is really a contractor. They falsified it. Because if you were an independent contractor, you were not supposed to be included in no other company's PPP application. You were supposed to have your own PPP application. You wasn't supposed to be included in there at all. At all. Because they wanted it to have that the PPP loan go to that individual person so they can be able to maintain the normal payroll or income that they would have sustained during that window. But guess what? The scammers found that out. So now people was telling me when I was doing my live streams, telling y'all that, oh, even if your application was forgiven, that you still can be considered fraud. They threw me up in the air. You don't know what you talk about for lunch today. You don't know what you talk about for lunch today. And y'all know I get down with the get down. I don't even play. So for all y'all newcomers that's coming here, I'm not the accountant that's not going to pop off on you. I will shut you down. I am not that nice, okay? I'm a little nice. I'm fun. I'm outgoing. I'm a bubbly, but I got a nasty mouth, and I'm a real bitch, and I can be. So if you sensitive, do not come for me, okay? Do not come for me. Just a pre-warning for all of y'all new folks that just came over here from my post. I'm not nice. So if you call me broke, ugly, disgusting, I'm gonna call you dirt. I'm nasty with it, like real nasty. I will hurt your feelings. Okay, I will dig up a picture and show you that you ugly. I'm like real mean. Okay, so be nice when you're approaching me and commenting under any of my posts. And if you try to say that I want this to happen to y'all, hell no. Do you know how much money I lost because I was trying to give y'all all the information, trying to prevent you guys from doing this fraud? Do you know how much money I lost in having my writer and my team design websites and all of this stuff for you guys, so y'all won't be in this predicament? So if y'all want to come for me, y'all better come real tight, because I will hurt your feelings. For all the newcomers, period. I'm mean. And I don't need y'all to be my friend, because most accountants don't have friends anyway. So don't come for me. Just a pre-warning for all of the new people. I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. I will lay you out and send you back where you came from, period. You can talk about my hair, my color. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Don't care. Now let's get back to the regular scheduled program. Okay, so what they did, y'all, I'm very upset because they took all of the loopholes and they used it to scam. Unbeknownst to them, that the moment that they got paid to do your PP application, they broke the law. Okay? And for all of the people that had told me during that live stream, y'all dogged me out. Talk about, oh yeah, my loan forgiven. I'm good for last day. You don't know what you talking about. That's what I got the most. You don't know what you talk about. You don't know what you talking about. That's what everybody told me. You don't know what you talk about. This is some good information, but why would the government set up people like this? They knew. No, the government. So you didn't watch my first, when I first came in. No, the government didn't set it up. The government was trusting us. See, that's the thing. Y'all think that when people have less boundaries, that they set you up. No, they trusted you. Y'all have to understand, we were under pressure. The government didn't want your business to fold. So how would they know all of the regulations or have all of the policies in place to prevent people from getting funded when they knew you guys needed the money? We needed the money to sustain our businesses. So the government didn't set us up. The government trusted us to do the right thing. We have to start thinking a little bit differently, guys. It wasn't a setup. No, it was there to save our businesses. It was there to open up opportunity. And as Mercy said here, I think I can see it in my peripheral, she said that y'all was getting greedy. People got greedy. That's where it was. It wasn't a setup. So let's take that out off the plate. That's not what it was. What it is that they were trying to get y'all the funding as quickly as possible so you can sustain your businesses and pay your employees and we can maintain the economy. But you guys thought, oh, it's what they say, reparations. Y'all thought it was reparations, or you thought, and it's not only Black people that have defrauded the system with the PPP loan. So guys, when I'm saying this, the reason why I'm talking to primarily Black people, because that's who I primarily serve. And to be honest with you, that is my primary niche. And I'm trying to really get to my people. So if you have a problem with me saying black, blackity, black, then you need to get off my platform as well. Because if you know my book of business, we serve every race, every color of skin. The issue is that I know who my primary purpose out here to serve. This is why I talk the way I talk, to be able to connect to you guys, because this is how my upbringing was. So I'm not your regular accountant. I'm not in a stiff suit. Okay, I stutter, I rap, I dance. I'm a little ratchet. I will curse you out in a minute. I'm just that. But you, on the other hand, need to ask yourself, why do you think every time there's not a lot of laws that it's a scam or they set you up? They didn't set you up. They trusted you. And this is why the government is so frustrated, because they feel like, oh my gosh, we did all of this to trust you guys, and this is what you do. I hear a lot of YouTubers using that setup talking point. They full of it, Tommy. They full of it. They are full of it. It's not a setup. Think about it. If y'all real business people, right? Are all of your policies in place? Or every time something happened in your company, you adjust your company policies? Because that's what we do over here at Suncrest. When something go wrong with a client, or when a client trying to get over on us, or when a certain situation happens, we upgrade our contracts and our policies. But right off the bat, you don't have everything in place. How naive would we be if we expected everything to be picture perfect right from the beginning? It's not. So they did the 941s fraudulently. They did the Schedule Cs fraudulently, okay? And then also what they started to do was create 1099s. And see, this is where it gets scary for me, guys. It's because all of the income that you guys stated that you made, because if you were to get caught up, there's a fair chance that they're going to make you claim that income that you originally claimed, including the PPP. So Brooklyn said, I missed the part where you said about the forgiveness. I hear a lot of people saying that. Okay, so basically what I was saying was that a lot of people, when I was telling you guys last year that if you ended up getting your loan application forgiven, that you are still not free from being caught up in this scam mess. Everybody else said, oh no, Falsifying, they gave me approval. See, what you guys don't understand, that it still didn't hit the back office for investigation or for final review. And then remember, I went through the SBA contracts with you guys on live, and I specifically showed you guys where it says in the SBA contract that they have a right to request all of your financial information from third parties. So just because your loan was forgiven, that does not take away that it was originally done fraudulently, which opened up the door for a lot of people that was scammed, or that application was falsely applied for or submitted on behalf, could get caught up. And see, the fear of the forgiveness part is, what did they say you spent the money on for it to be forgiven? Because remember, initially for the loan to be forgiven 100%, you had to spend at least 60% or more on payroll. So here we go again, another fraudulent document, federal document that was lied upon. So your PPP, the forgiveness part, is also part of the scam as well. So that's the third thing that you're going to hear the government say soon. Oh, we have reviewed a waiver for giving PPP application, forgiving PPP loans, and the recipients falsified the information, the information. They falsified the numbers that they used on the application, stating that they paid their employees this amount of money when they used it for this. This is a whole circle of issues. This is a whole circle of issue. Yep. Tommy, it's going to be, they're going to have to claim their income. For everybody that got that PPP loan fraudulently and get caught up. You're going to have to or amend your return to add that loan on, or the IRS will send you an adjustment letter saying, hey, we adjusted your return to include the PPP. So guys, for all y'all that's new, I laugh to keep from crying. I'm just an outgoing person. And I deal with so much BS every day that I don't live my life being sad. So I'm not gonna come up here and be saying it. Now when I get mad, I will cry, I will scream, and I will yell. Right now, I'm there. I'm a little screaming, but I'm not gonna scream today. But maybe tomorrow, if I see y'all acting up, I'm gonna scream and be real nasty to y'all. But no, I'm not happy that this is happening. I've lost money trying to prevent us from doing this. My website cost fees were astronomical. My writer expenses were astronomical. My admin fees were astronomical, just to bring you guys the information so you guys won't fall into this financial woe and problems that you got yourself into. So for anybody that said, oh, she's gloating in this, she's happy. No, the hell I'm not. You don't know who I am. And before you come for me, check my resume. Scroll down my post. You'll see I've been screaming for y'all to do right forever. Since 2015. Been screaming for y'all to do right. I tell y'all every trick, every scam I've been doing. I used to blast the scammers. I stopped doing that because I'm a girl. I'm a lady. So I ain't with that type of problems. But any tax tips we give y'all, any strategies we give y'all, when the influencers giving y'all false tax tips, I come in, I debunk all of that. Y'all choose to pick and choose and see what y'all want to see. But y'all cannot act like people out there did not try to prevent you guys from getting y'all into this mess. And I'm one of those persons that did. But y'all still decided to act bad. Y'all still decided to not do right. And I'm very frustrated. And I'm very disappointed. And for all y'all professionals that did that mess, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. All right, so I'm about to read the comments, and I got to go to my 1 o'clock. So what about the people who have started paying it back? Okay, so this is the thing, the initial, that don't take away from it. That's the problem, y'all. Don't take away from the initial application. It's all about the initial application. Yep, fraud up and down. Majority of it is fraud. Yep, about 75%. Yep. Is this why the federal government continues to be in debt? No, you've been warning. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy, no, I've been warning. How about the unemployment people? Oh, the same thing for the unemployment. I'm gonna come and talk about that too, the unemployment scams. But I got to go to my 1 o'clock meeting. I'll try to come back in a little bit. But I'm about to light y'all up. I'm gonna light y'all up because y'all been thinking that people out here don't care about you. Me and my team, we care about y'all. The issue is that you just got to take that. I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna curse y'all out. Period. And you just want to eventually do right soon. Black people, we hate when we talk all smooth and calm. Y'all like when I yell. I don't know why. All right, but I'll talk about the unemployment scams, what to look for, what they did. I'll talk about that. And then let me answer that last question. But I won't be able to answer the unemployment before I go, because that's a big question. Okay, so if the federal government continues to be in debt. Okay, so remember, for the government to get out of debt, y'all, they have to get it through the taxes. I've been telling you guys that. If you notice, every political party, every new president, they come and they say, oh, we're going to do this for taxes. Oh, they're going to do this. Here's why. The government primary and only income is taxes. So they have to increase taxes to get revenue. They have to increase enforcement to increase revenue. So from the beginning, guys, forget about the PPPs, fraud, forget about the fraud part. To be able to sustain the economy after giving out all of that money, they had to beef up auditing. See, that's what y'all not understanding. I've been told you guys this. The moment that they approved that money, they had to figure out a way to get it back. And the way to get it back is through the IRS. So regardless of the PPP scams and fraud, they were trying to get the money back anyway through the tax code. Remember, think about it. Every new president comes new tax policies, because the tax policies and the income from the taxes is what keep the U.S. economy afloat. Nothing else. This is why wealthy people get paid a lot, because they employ. The more employees, more taxes. More workers, more taxes. More businesses, more taxes. Okay? So guys, I gotta get ready to go to my 1 o'clock meeting. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see my screen when I go live as well. I will not give y'all no set time. I may not even post. If you wanna know what I'm talking about, just come. I may just pop in and go live. But I love you guys. Thank you guys to Tommy for the badge. I appreciate you per usual. And Tommy said, this is why I am incorporating your content on my channel to reach others. I have been down, just recovering. You still posting, Tommy. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't even know you was down. So yeah, guys. So no, I'm excited. We about to do this, and I'm gonna try to help you guys out. I'm gonna read a little bit and see if it's any way for y'all to get out of this. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If anybody tell you guys to just amend the return, amend your tax return, that is a lie. That is not the solution. Once fraud happens on a return, an amended return cannot cure tax fraud. Okay? That is not the solution. I'm going to repeat that before I go. If somebody tell you, oh, girl, just amend your return. Just amend your return, right? That's a lie. You cannot just amend it. An amended return does not cure, meaning clear up fraud. It doesn't. Okay? All right, guys. Love you. See you later. Bye, y'all. Hey, bro. Bye, y'all.